Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane. This channel is Jane Loves to Shop, but I also love to cook and DIY, and I like to talk. So here I am back again, and today I have a kind of cool recipe, I think. It's kind of a dump and go into the crock pot. But it's always good. It's always good. And as you can see, I'm going to show you that Temu is starting to arrive. And I've got some stuff that I've ordered. And I'm going to wait for it all to come in. And when I get it all in, I'm going to do a Temu haul. So that'll be fun. And I got some cool stuff from Temu this time. I'm really excited. I haven't shopped at Temu for a while. I kind of got tired of them for a while, and you know, with everything with the tariffs and everything, I kind of didn't want to deal with it. But I think I got some good deals. Their regular prices, for whatever reason, were like slashed. So maybe they have to do that now because you are paying that $2.99, but if they take $10 off and you feel like, okay, I'll pay the $2.99, right? Because you want the item and it's still a good deal. So I think that's kind of what happened. So we're waiting for everything to come in from Temu, and everything is trickling in, which does tell you that it is coming from local warehouses. But hey, it is what it is. So let's go into the kitchen. I'm glad that you're all here today. I'm glad that I'm doing this video. And I'll show you my dump and go. But I just want to mention that for anybody who is a little confused, and believe me, I understand, I did start a third channel that I haven't really done anything with. I think I have one video on it, and it's called All Things Veggie. Because I was deciding to become a vegetarian. That hasn't worked out too well. I'm going to be totally transparent here. It has not worked out. But I'm still keeping that channel, and let me tell you why. When I find a good vegetarian, it could be a side dish, it could be a main dish. When I find something good, I figure I'm going to make it on that channel, and I will do a video. So, you know, like I said, I haven't done anything except for that one video that I did maybe a month and a half ago. I hope I'm not disappointing anybody. Like I said, I'm going to keep the channel, and I do plan on having some good vegetarian recipes on there. But for me personally, I want to eat less meat. I think I have been eating less meat, but I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I'm just a woman who wants to eat healthier in my older years, you know, which I think a lot of us do. So having said that, I have made this in a lot of different variations. It's kind of a beef stew kind of meal. I'm using stew beef. I'm using what I have. I don't have mushrooms. If you have sliced mushrooms or any kind of mushrooms, it'll make it better for sure. Last time I made it, I did make it with mushrooms, but I don't have any. So having said that, but you know, stew beef in a crock pot comes out so tender, and I think I'm going to make some mashed potatoes and maybe serve it on top of the mashed potatoes, and I like green peas with it. I think it's a nice meal. So let's go in the kitchen. I'll show you what I dump into the crock pot. I'm going to let it go for at least 4 hours on high. Probably 4 hours is plenty. Alrighty, let's do it. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Here's my crock pot, all ready to go, nice and empty. All right, we're gonna start adding. Alrighty, let's do it. All right, so I've got my stew beef here. This is gonna be the first thing, and you can see it's lovely. It's very nice. It's a little icy, but that's okay. We're going to break it apart as we put it in. Spent $13.05. And this is 1.31 pounds of stew beef. So I guess that's the going rate, right? I don't think that's... It looks pretty lean. Got a little rippling of fat, but I think that's actually a good thing. And it's cut nicely, and it looks good. It looks good. So as you can see, there we have our stew beef. That's the first thing I am dumping into the crock pot. I like to keep all my trash together, and I'm going to wash my hands because that's how we roll. Oh. Don't look at my crazy outfit. I know it's crazy. I'm not matching today. Oh well. Don't tell anybody I'm not matching today. But I got a cute shirt on. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, we got the stew beef in. Second, let's see. Second of all, what will we be putting in there? We are going to put in some seasonings. Got a little bit of cumin here. I think it always makes beef dishes taste good. Garlic powder, which is kind of dry in here, this powder. I don't know, but we're going to do the best we can with it. And I never measure anything. I just go by sight. How about you? Are you like that too? Italian seasoning. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a lot of that. Some black pepper. Now I'm not going to put any salt in because I am going to be putting in beef broth and some brown gravy mix, which I think is plenty salty. But if I'll taste it later on, and if it needs salt, I'll add it. I put a little turmeric in just about everything because I know how good it is for you, and it gives it kind of a nutty flavor, but it's not bad. So now I have 1 packet of brown gravy mix. So I'm going to be putting that in. All right. Now I'm going to give it a little stir. Get all those spices mixed up and coated. Get all the meat coated with all those nice spices. Okay, this meat is a little, like I said, it's a little icy. Not frozen, but just a little bit icy. All right. So I gave that a nice stir, and I'm trying to break up the meat as I go that is maybe a little stuck to each other because of it being a little icy. But it'll work out. I know it'll work out. All right, so now I'm going to pour in the beef broth mix. I've got a carton of beef broth. So I'm using about half of it because I feel like I don't have that much meat. And I think the meat itself, the juices are going to come out, and it's going to help bring it more juice into it. And at the end, I may actually stir in some cornstarch to make it maybe a little thicker. So that's what I'm doing. That's all I have in there. I don't have any vegetables. Like I said, mushrooms, onion makes it really good. I'm not even going to put the onion in. If you have some onion soup mix, that is always a welcome. in here, even, you know, if along with the beef broth, you can do that. But that's what's great about these recipes. And, you know, when you're using a crock pot, you can pretty much put in whatever you have around the house, you know, and you're going to have a good meal. I've got some russet potatoes in there. I have some frozen peas, and I'm going to make some mashed potatoes, and I think it's going to be really good with the peas. It's comfort food for me, and I'm happy. So this will feed me tonight, tomorrow night, and I might have some left over, so I will freeze it. And that's what I do, you know, because I'm alone, and I really can't eat that much in one sitting as far as meat goes. So so that's about it. So now I'm going to put it on high for 4 hours, and we'll see. Alrighty. Be back in a minute. And here it is. Ooh. Alrighty. That meat looks, it's browned so nicely. And it smells wonderful. I did put a little bit of cornstarch and water to thicken it up, maybe just a little bit. But I think it's good. Alrighty. Let's get the potatoes done. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to get the potatoes ready for the mashed potatoes. Love those mashed spuds. Alrighty. I'm not doing too many potatoes because it's just me. So how is everybody doing? How is your September going so far? I know we're right now about a week in. Is it getting cooler where you live? I hope so, because I hear that summer was pretty hot all over the country, at least in the U.S. So here in Florida, I just wanted to point out that I do have pants on now. I took those shorts off and I put some normal pants on. They're capris actually, so on. But here in Florida, it is getting a bit cooler. Instead of the heat index being in the triple digits, it's in the double digits. It's like in the 90s. And the temperature's actually, you know, high 80s to low 90s. So we're doing better. We're doing better. So I really wish I had a bigger kitchen and more counter space. As you can see, I really don't have much, but I think a lot of people feel that way when they live in apartments. I've never lived in a real spacious one. I feel lucky that I have a little pantry, you know, because the cupboards are not very big. So at least we do have a side pantry that I can put some canned goods in and pasta and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of counter space. So, you know, I put my cutting board, as you can see, on top of my drying pad. Alrighty, there's my spuds. Okay, I've got the spuds all ready for cooking. And we're going to let them boil, and then I'll be back to mash. Alrighty. Okay, now the spuds are done, and we're going to drain them and mash them. Alright. I'm going to set you down right there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There's my nifty drainer, which I got off of Amazon. It folds, so it's a space saver. It came in a set of 2, and I believe this is the bigger one, which is plenty for what I need. All right, we're gonna put that in the sink. Grab the spuds. Use caution when I do this because it is very, very hot. All right. Now, in this cup I have a nice big pat of butter, and I've got some garlic here. I think I'm gonna do today garlic mashed. I'm feeling a little spicy today. What can I say? All right. And I'm gonna get some milk. Pour it in there. I'm gonna have to open another milk. I love this Fairlife milk. Okay, we're gonna start with about half a cup of milk with the butter and the garlic, and I'm gonna nuke this for a little bit just to get it so it's not cold. Doesn't have to be boiling, but just not real cold. Put some salt and pepper. And just gonna kind of break up the potatoes. I could eat potatoes just like this. I love potatoes. I think it's the Irish in me. Pretty sure it's the Irish in me. How about you? Do you love potatoes like I do? Seems like they've gotten a bad rap, I think, over the last few years because they're carbs. But they have a lot of potassium in them. And I believe both my grandmothers, they ate potatoes like every day. You know? And they lived pretty old. On my mother's side, she lived to be 92, I believe. So I don't see how they could be really bad for you. You know, moderation, I think, is the key for everything, right? So we're gonna plug. I got my mixer. Pour in my milk and butter and garlic mixture. Oh, all the garlic is at the bottom. I'm gonna get that out. That's a lot of goodness right there, for sure. All right. Let's see here. All right. So everything is ready, and I saw this on Facebook, so I'm going to plate it the way they did on Facebook. I did it once before, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Instead of doing it like separate on the plate, I kind of layered it like a shepherd's pie, but a little bit different. All right, let me show you. So the first thing we do, I'm going to put my potatoes on my plate first. my mashed spuds. So we're gonna do that. Then, so here's my mashed potatoes. So what they did on Facebook is they kind of flattened it down a little bit, like so, in the middle, and added their peas. And I have fresh frozen peas here that I've cooked. So we're gonna put that on there. Then on top, we put the meat mixture. So that right there is the finished product. All right. So now I'm gonna go eat. I'll be right with you. So I had my crock pot meal and it was really, really good. I love my crock pot. I know it's called a dump and go because it's so easy, but I don't think that name does it justice, a dump and go meal. You know, just because you're putting stuff in a crock pot and letting it cook, you know, you got to put the right spices in, and I don't know, it is kind of a no-brainer, which is why, one of the reasons why I like it. But the other reason is because it's just so darn good, you know. I don't think I've ever had a bad meal cooked in a crock pot. And it's one of the few things, you know, I don't need a lot of cookware or, you know, kitchen gadgets, but I always need to have a crock pot. I think it's really important. Everybody now is talking about an air fryer, in which case I have to tell you, I ordered one and I got it, but it's still in the box. I've never had an air fryer before. It's not an expensive one. What happened was I needed a new toaster. And when I looked, I thought, well, maybe I should do a toaster oven. Well, that's kind of obsolete now. They do more of a toaster / air fryer. And maybe you could use it as an oven too. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I got one from Walmart online. And so I'll be setting that up soon. And maybe you guys can help me out. I'm going to read the directions because I have no idea how to operate an air fryer. Hopefully I'll be able to make toast with it, but so we'll learn together, or maybe in the comments you can tell me what I'm doing wrong, or you know, what works for you. And let me know, please, what kind of meals that you cook in the crock pot, if any. And if you don't like the crock pot, let me know that and why you don't like it. Please subscribe, and it'll help our channel. Do you know we are up to 200 subscribers? I can't even believe it. I am so excited. 200, that's huge. You know, I mean, I for the longest time, I didn't think I was going to hit 100. And then I hit 150. And then it just started going up from there. And I just want to thank you all. You guys are the ones that are helping this channel grow. And I so appreciate it. Please let me know if there's anything that I can do that you want to see. I do have a Temu haul coming up. Things are trickling in because it's all, like I said, it's all, I think most of it's local warehouse. But the prices were like slashed. So, you know, I wait till everything tallies up, and then I think to myself, is it worth it? Is this order worth it? And I have to say it was. And I got one item, which is kind of a large item for me. And I got a great deal. And then the other things are just fun, you know, fall decor and stuff like that. So I do believe that'll be my next video as soon as I'm done getting all my items from Temu. So please join me for that. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day, and happy shopping and happy cooking. Alrighty, take care. Bye.